miss it, though I'm traveling. I didn't want to miss it, so I'm joining you from the comfort of my car. I've parked it aside, so don't worry about it. Uh, how many of you know what is Toastmasters Leadership Institute? Can you probably quickly raise your hands if you already know what we do here? Of course, PQD raises the hand first. That's wonderful. Okay. So, how many of you know that Toastmasters Leadership Institute is unique initiative in few of the districts? It's not something like a CGD or a PQD whom you see in every district. So, for example, every club will have an area director, every club will have a division director, every club will have a trio, but every district will not have a TLI chair or even a TLI event. So, this is something that we started, I think, in Distinguished Toastmaster Sastaram's term. That is when we brought in something called TLI, and that is one of the ways where we educate the clubs and the members at large together. And trust me, it's a lot of effort, but it's always worth it because we are able to educate our members in the direction we pursue. And what better topic to start than on pathways? Though, of course, right from its inception, pathways has been that little child who has always been compared with the traditional legendary program, and it has always been compared and said, no, you are not there yet. But I think as members of this wonderful fraternity, we know that Pathways is something that people outside Toastmasters do not have access to. And Pathways has wonderful, wonderful projects. And we always speak about member retention. And I strongly believe the only way or only proven way to retain a member is by encouraging them to give projects. And I am very sure that if somebody has completed their level, at least one level in a year, they will not leave Toastmasters because they do not like this program. They would have definitely experienced a transformational change. They may have other reasons like shifting or some other issues, but they will never leave this fraternity, for they would have definitely found the value by giving their speeches. So I think one of the Toastmaster promise is also to give speech. And in fact, our promise says that we have to get it mentored, reviewed, and well prepared, well rehearsed speech. That is our Toastmaster promise as well. So that is why we wanted to start this event with the Pathways basics. And there are a lot of things in Pathways. The Pathways is like that treasure trove. The more you start digging in, you will be like, oh, there's a project for mindfulness. There's a project for mentoring. There's a project for doing your leadership role. There's a project for literally everything that you could do in your life. There's a project on maintaining relationships that will help you communicate better with your spouse or your family. So there is literally pathways for everything. And you can make the best use of pathways, not just by following the path, but also by understanding that, for example, uh, you have so many electives, and nobody says that you should only do 2 electives. 2 is a qualifying criteria. And I have been doing my level 4 for the last 2 years. I've been trying out every possible elective. That's a lot of fun. Nobody gives you a target that you have to finish level 4 by today. It is your own path, it's your own pace, and you can take as much as you want. All that it requires is your investment and the understanding of this program, so that you will be able to reap a lot of benefits out of this fraternity. So today you are attending the TLA event. You're going to learn a lot from our trainer. I'm pretty sure about that. What you can do is take 2 minutes of your time in the club meeting next week, whenever is your club meeting. Speak to the VP, speak to the TMOD, ask for a 3-minute or 2-minute slot. And immediately after your presidential address, or after your presiding officer finishes addressing, at some point in the meeting, you may be invited to speak about this TLI event. Whatever you learned, whatever you felt, whatever you want to give back to your club, please share that thought so that it will encourage more and more people to attend this meeting. This in the sense, these kind of TLI events. And you will also see that you are able to share your knowledge with your club members. So this is one of the kind requests that I want to place. This is something that we want to encourage all the attendees to go back to your club and just share your experience. I think that will help us maximize the impact of such events. So enjoy this pathways session, learn a lot. Let us help each other. We have more exciting things planned in terms of pathways this year. I'm sure we will reap more and more out of pathways, but let's do it together so that we can do more of it. Back to you, Abdul.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri, for starting the session with more energy. And now we will be handing over the meeting to another special person in our district, our program quality director. Before starting, first I'll give the introduction, a formal introduction that he has shared, and then I will share my experience with him. So, distinguished Toastmaster Mohan Krishnan has a bachelor degree in electronics and communication engineering, 15 years of experience in software industry, working as a principal product manager in Gen Digital Inc., a passionate public speaker, an avid traveler, having traveled to 20 plus countries, have a club in Gen Toastmasters Club, home club in Gen Toastmasters, the first member to achieve Pathways DTM in District 120, created the first of its kind membership dues calculator for clubs and members, served as the conference chair for the annual conference of Division I, Illuminate 2018, served as the assistant division director, program quality for Division I, served as area director for I1, served as a division director for Division A, served as a club growth director for District 120 during 2022 and 2023. Now currently serving as the program quality director for District 120. Distinguished Toastmaster Mohana Krishnan Ji. With that said, I would like to share some of the learnings I have got from him. So Mohana Krishnan, the word for me is something, don't go for a mediocre thing on whatever you do. Raise your standards high in whatever initiatives do is what the one learning that I have learned from Mohana Krishnan, either it being creating the member experience or running a division conference, whatever may be, he has his own style of doing. And in one of our DOTPs, I heard from distinguished Toastmaster Vijay Lakshmi that he is the Shankar of District 120. Without any further ado, I'd like to hand over the session to our program quality director, distinguished Toastmaster Mohan Krishnan. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abdul, TLI Chair of District 120 for this year 2023-2024. And hey, hi, good evening to everyone that has joined. 113 registrations, and I still have about 15 people pinging me saying they're not able to register. Right, I'm trying to help them. Guys, please let your club members know. I'll get back after speaking. Yeah, I'm not sure what is wrong. They're having trouble registering, but yeah. So first of all, thank you so much for taking this time, attending this first ever TLI event of District 120 for this year, which is Pathways. Is that a coincidence? No, we definitely wanted to do something very basic. By now, you will know that Pathways is the basic thing that we want to cover for everyone. Everything else is over that, right? And you heard Gayatri also mentioned, and we are planning for a lot of Pathways, a lot of TLI sessions, and of course, Pathway sessions. You should have seen the flyer, and this is called the basics, right? We will definitely cover the basics here. And one thing I want to acknowledge is it's not just like a session that we want to do. Vijay, Abdul, and I worked together, got all your inputs. There was this column where you filled what is your expectation from the session. We did read every single one of that and then have tried to put everything possible. Of course, 1.5 hours is not definitely enough for it, but I'm sure we will try to cover most of it, and we will definitely have some time for question and answers also to address all of that. So one main thing about the session, like Gayatri mentioned, knowledge is very important. We keep losing a lot of members, a lot of districts too. But the knowledge that you gain is very important. That's the reason we want you to carry that knowledge. Whatever you get here, please take back to your club and then share it. As I mentioned, we lose a lot of members. Losing members is nothing but losing knowledge, right? That's why we keep doing these trainings, and we want to have 100% of our members with the knowledge. When talking about 100%, I also want to all let you know that the enrollment, pretty much about Pathways enrollment being the only education program now we all need to be 100% enrolled into pathways. But the divisions, pretty much all the divisions are somewhere from 75 to 80%. When I say division, clubs will be like, okay, so I'm not worried. It's the division director's work. No, each club contributes to that. So if your club is 100%, the area and division will be 100%. You will start seeing these reports coming your way saying your club have got this many enrollments and all those. So first thing to do, please make sure all your members enroll into pathways, because only after that you will be able to do everything about pathways. So you should have seen these slides that we put, online sessions, thanks to pandemic, that has got us this wonderful opportunity to sit back and of course relax, but sit back and learn. That's what you would have read there. So we have an amazing trainer today. So I'm also looking forward to learn, just like you. So with that, enjoy the session. Keep those questions ready. Do not hesitate to ask any question, because you could be the only one thinking or be ready to ask that. There could be someone else hesitating. And what you're going to ask is going to help so many other people. So with that, enjoy, and looking forward to see all of you in all the TLA events that's going to happen, not just online, even offline. Please make sure we are looking to have a lot of fun while we learn. Yeah. So with that, let's do what we love and do a lot of it for District 120. And I'll give the spotlight back to Toastmaster Abdul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohankrishnan, for adding more energy to the session and setting the context. Now, the wait is over. It's time to hear from our educational speaker. To give an introduction about our charming educational speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Vijayalakshmi. She is a passionate speaker who joined Toastmaster fraternity in the year 2011. Chartered XCOM member in community and corporate clubs, and has played various club officer role like SAA, Secretary, Vice President Education, and President. Dual member of Meraki and Chennai Communicators Club, President's Distinguished Area Director, winner of District Evaluation Contest 2021, recipient of Pathways Champion Award and Speakers Citation Awards. She earned the Distinguished Toastmaster Award in Traditional Path in 2017, and later in 2021 became a Distinguished Toastmaster in Pathways. Now, to share some of my experience with Distinguished Toastmaster Vijayalakshmi, she is, as I mentioned, she's a very charming person and also a very wonderful human. And we all see people, right? They hear jokes and they don't laugh. But Vijay, even for the smallest joke, she laughs loud, and she is the best candidate for any humorous speech contest as audience, not as a CJ, because she is the toughest one to work as a CJ, but as an audience, she is a wonderful human. Now, without any further ado, I'd like to hand over the meeting to our trainer, our education speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Vijayalakshmi. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Abdul, for this wonderful personal introduction. Indeed, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. District 120, welcome to the first TLI event that's happening today, and it's happening online at your comfort zone from the house. Looking at the number, 125 people have logged in currently, and I'm deeply, deeply honored to be doing this session today on a Sunday evening. So let's go deep dive into the session right away without wasting a minute further. We have a presentation, and the presentation is here just for us to not to miss any important points, but just go ahead and glance it. You're free to take notes, stop me and ask questions whenever and wherever possible. So with that, welcome to Exploring the Pathways Possibilities, Episode 1, The Basics. Now, why pathways, Vijay? The first question that comes to everyone's mind, isn't it? Few years ago, to be precise, about 5-6 years ago, we had something called traditional. In traditional, we had printed manuals, which is the curriculum for Toastmasters. For all prepared speeches, we need to take those printed books with us. As years rolled on, there is only one thing that is very constant, which is change. So the board of directors of Toastmasters International got together, and they felt we should do something about the curriculum. about how people are preparing for the speeches. And voila, they came up with making it digital, anywhere available content for all the members in Toastmasters. So you don't have to carry the manual with you every time. It is available to you at the comfort of your iPad, your laptop, your phone, your desktop, any digital platform. You can log in to your Toastmasters curriculum. Anytime, anywhere availability was the core idea behind making this Pathways program itself as a curriculum. Pathways is, like I told you, the digital transformation of Toastmasters. I would even call it a syllabus change. Why I'm talking about a ramp up of syllabus, we will see it in later slides. The first Pathways was launched as a pilot phase in 2017 and in District 57. In our district, which was District 82 a few years ago, it was launched in 2018. It was launched in 2018. So before that, we were all using the manuals, the printed books to do our prepared speeches. These are the books that I was talking to you. So once you become a member, along with your membership fee, you also pay for the curriculum. They will courier this manual to you, to your address. So you will take this book to your club every time. And as and when you finish project, at the back of every project, there is an evaluation sheet. Your evaluator will manually write with a pen in that evaluation sheet, and they will fill it to you. At the last page, you have all the projects with the dates of completion. And after you finish all the projects, it's given to the VPE for filing the award. This was how it was few years ago. I mean, before 2018. Then came the big bang, the Pathways. What is the difference between traditional and Pathways, Vijay? There are a lot of difference, and one striking difference put in one slide is this: real world transferable skills. While designing Pathways, they have been very considerate about what kind of programs, what kind of projects need to go into Pathways. Look at the projects here: building social media presence. Today, everything is about social media, isn't it? We're all living and breathing social media. So how do you build your social media presence? That is a project for you to practice in Toastmasters through Pathways. Communicate change. There is a change in the office or even a change in the club meeting time. How well can you communicate this change to your members, to your other fellow colleagues, your team members? Working only for 3 days a week. Is this a welcoming change? Yes, no. How do you communicate the pros and cons to your members, right? So communicate change, create a podcast. Look at all the projects listed here. I want your attention to manage online meetings. There is a project. Can you all see that? Show of hands. Manage online meetings. This was launched. When was the first one launched? In 2015, right? 2017. Who would have imagined about COVID or meeting online? Oh, our visionaries imagined, isn't it? So they had put this already in part of the curriculum. Manage online meetings. How to conduct online meetings. How to conduct online webinars. Prepare for an interview. How will you present a proposal? All these projects are just examples of how relatable, real-world transferable skills are available in Pathways. So if you ask me, Vijay, why Pathways, I will give you this one slide and I will ask you to tick which is that project that will aptly match you to today's scenario. You will tick all the projects that's there in this slide. Real world transferable skills. There are 3 numbers that I want you to remember. 3 numbers, 3 individual numbers. 5, 11, 5. We have 5 core competencies, 11 paths, and 5 levels in each path. 5 core competencies, 11 paths, and 5 levels in each path. What you see on the screen is the 11 paths that's available. So as a member, you're free to choose one path and start working on it. Vijay, can I choose 2 paths? Yes, you can. You can. Do I need to be a dual member to do 2 paths? No. You can still be a member in one club and choose 2 paths and work on 2 paths simultaneously. Remember, paths here are a mixed subject here. We have communication part. We also have leadership parts here. For example, team collaboration, as you see here, is a leadership part. It helps you to work as a team, deliver speeches on your experiences on how you worked as a team. The team could be a team of 3 to 4 people working for 1 week, or a team of 5 to 10 people working for 6 months. Team collaboration. Presentation mastery, on the other hand, is a communication part. It helps you to become a better public speaker. Presentation mastery. It deals completely with communication skills and what's required to become a better speaker. So the 11 parts, it's a mixed part. So all these parts will have communication, leadership, strategy, planning. Looking at the names itself, you will easily be able to identify which path delivers or caters to what needs of the member. Remember, we saw 11. The second one is 5. 5 levels in each path. You pick one path, let's say team collaboration. Under team collaboration path, you will have 5 levels listed here. The first one here is level 1, which is mastering fundamentals. How many of you here are from engineering? I shouldn't even be asking the question because we are in Tamil Nadu and engineering is part and parcel of curriculum. Most of you are. Okay, so this is like the first 7. It is equal, one and the same for everyone. You take any path, level 1 is same in all the paths, no matter if it's communication or leadership. So mastering fundamentals, level 1 talks about the fundamentals that's required to move on in that path. The first project is icebreaker. It's a speech. So you come, you introduce about yourself to the club. And then the second project is writing a speech with a purpose. Then introduction to vocal variety and body language. And finally, evaluation and feedback. Now, there are 2 things here I want you to note. There is something called a project. There is something called a speech. Working with a team is a project. Delivering your experience in the club is the speech. Questions? Okay. So in each level, you will
repeat again.
Sure. So there are projects, there are speeches. Working in a team is a project. Delivering that as a speech, delivering this experience as a speech in your club is a speech. You're getting the difference?
Absolutely.
Project is when you do something, and the speech is when you deliver that in your club. Okay. So level 1 is one and the same for all the parts. It's no change. Everyone will do all these. Okay. The levels are built in such a way that the complexity increases in each level. So that when you go to the 5th level, you will become an expert in that particular domain, in that particular competency rather. Okay. So level 1 is mastering fundamentals. You move to level 2. Level 2 is learning your style. Now, there are 2 required projects here, along with introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. Now, the required project here will vary. If you take a communication path, like presentation mastery, the required mandate project here will be learning your communication style. If you take a leadership path, like dynamic leadership or team collaboration, here the mandate project will be learning your leadership style. So, depending upon the leadership path or the communication path, the style mandate project here will vary. Everyone will have the opportunity to choose Toastmasters mentoring. There is a specific slide for that. I want you to reserve questions now. We will do it in the later slide. Level 3 is increasing your knowledge. You have 1 required project and you need to pick minimum 2 electives from the choice of about 13 electives. 2 electives from a choice of 13 electives plus 1 mandate project. Mandate project you cannot change, but the electives you can choose which 2 electives you want to do, just like in college. Level 4 is building the skill. 1 required project and minimum of 1 elective only. You have a choice of about 5 sometimes or a choice of about 7 sometimes in electives. And the 5th level is demonstrating expertise in that 1 mandate project and 1 elective plus a speech that you have to give called reflect on your path. This speech you have to talk about your experience on how you did this entire path. What did you learn? What you had to unlearn? What was your experience working in various projects in this path? So the level names will remain the same. The levels will be 1 to 5 only in all the paths. Level 3 is always increasing your knowledge only. Level 5 is always demonstrating expertise only. No change in the level names or the levels. Complexity will increase from level 1 to level 5. The required number of mandate projects and the elective projects is same for all the paths. There is an option for Toastmasters mentoring and reflect on your path, which is mandate. Questions?
Hi, Vijay.
Yes.
So when you say projects, we need to work with our members, or to whom we would be working, Vijay?
Very good question. Very good question. The project will simply guide you and say, form a team of four people. Form a team of 4. And then work towards your club milestone meeting. This will be the project description. So it is your choice to pick 4 people from your club. Who are those 4 people is up to you. Or you can even go and do volunteer in some other club's milestone meeting. You can be the 4th person there. It's absolutely up to you. Right?
Hi, Vijay.
It will
Ajit
give
here.
you the number of, sorry, 1 minute. It will only give you the number of members, team members required for the project. Whom are you choosing for the project is absolutely up to you. 99% we will choose the club members. Did I answer you?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
What is the other question, sir?
Hi, Vijay Lakshmi. This is Divya here. One question. So when we talk about projects, you have stated that project is like doing doing the projects together as a team. So say for example, if I take the pathway as communication, so is it required that my Toastmaster club requires at least 4 members who have taken the same path?
Not really. No, not at all. You will be the only one doing the project. They will only be part of your team. You will probably delegate a smaller task to them. That's all.
Okay, so it
They
is
need not be of the same path. They need not be of the same level. They can just be in level 1 or they can be in level 5 also. It doesn't matter. They have to be a member. That's all.
Okay, okay. So it need not be that they have to.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
They shouldn't have done this path before, this level before. No prerequisite at all. You're free to choose any member from any level or knowledge.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi, Vijay. This is Ajit.
Yes.
I have a question. We have different levels, right? So how to go with the levels? Is it sequential or can I simultaneously start projects from
Very good
different
question.
levels?
Very good question, Ajay. The complexity is built sequential. I would highly recommend all of you to go sequentially only, because only then for level 3 what is required, you would have gained knowledge from level 1 and level 2. So please go sequentially when you go in terms of the levels.
Thank you.
Also, let's say you're working in from level 3 onwards, the complexity is built, right, Ajay? So if you're working on your mandate project, sometimes the mandate project is for 1 week. Sometimes the mandate project is for 4 weeks.
Yes.
So it doesn't mean you don't have to give any speech for 4 weeks. That is the time you need to start working on your electives.
Okay.
Right? You can start working on your mandate project, simultaneously work on your electives so that you can finish the level at one stage. In 4 months, you'll be able to finish both your mandate and your 2 electives. Did I answer you?
Yeah.
I'm
Quickly?
Subhashri.
Yes.
What does an elective mean? Is it a kind of speech or any other project? Electives.
Okay, we are going to see that in the later slide. Can you just hold on this for a bit?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Vijay Lakshmi, ma'am, one more question. Sorry.
Mm.
Like, for example, right, we can choose like multiple paths. So in case like level 1 is going to be same for all the paths, right? So if we in case we choose 2 paths, for one path we will be doing level 1, and that will be common for both. And for how it process works, like
you need to do 2 level 1s. You need to do
2 level 1s. Okay,
yes,
not one.
Yes, the level 1 is mandate. If you choose 2 paths also, you should do 2 level 1s.
2 level 1s. Okay, thank you.
The only thing here is, I would say, how different can you do the same project again? That is where you can bring the variety. How different can you do the same icebreaker the second time, right? So that is where you can bring in the difference.
Hi, Vijay. This is Naresh here. Good evening.
Okay. Good evening.
I got a question for you. So, if you are choosing two paths, then we need to pay $40, right? For each path, we need to pay $20.
Exactly. Yes. One path is $20. So if you're working halfway through a path and you feel you need a change, you can bring in one more path, pay $20 more and get a new path. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, let's quickly move on to the other questions a little later, sorry. There are so many badges and awards. While doing pathways, they have never failed to do the recognition part correctly. There are umpteen ways how a member can be recognized. And again, the badges and awards have also become digital. Looking at the badge itself is easy for you to identify, isn't it? It's level 1 badge, it's 2 badge, 3 badge, 4, and the final one with the flag says you are the expertise, you have the expertise in that particular competency. And we also have certificates that you can download and easily print and give it to your member once they have completed the particular level. Remember the 3 numbers, what are they quickly?
5, 11, 5.
5 levels, 11 parts, and 5 core competencies. We have seen 5 levels, we have seen the 11 parts. Now we will see the 5 core competencies. I want your attention on the screen. The first core competency is public speaking, second is interpersonal, third is strategic leadership, fourth is management, and fifth is confidence. Now, this is how the competencies are listed in each part. Now, look at under dynamic leadership, there is a number 1, 2, 3. There is no 5. It immediately goes to, there is no 4. It immediately goes to 5. Look at under persuasive influence 1, 3, 2, and 5. This represents the primary core competencies in each path, under what order or under what emphasis they are there in this path. Which means, if you take dynamic leadership, you will first learn public speaking, you will then learn interpersonal communication, you will then learn strategic leadership, and finally, you would have built confidence in dynamic leadership. If you take persuasive influence, you would have learned public speaking first, strategic leadership next, then interpersonal communication, and finally confidence. So this is how all the 11 parts are mapped with their core competencies. Can someone quickly unmute and tell me, if I take team collaboration, what will be my competencies in the order?
First is public speaking, management, and then interpersonal communication, and finally confidence.
Super, Subhashri, exactly. So you're easily able to map this to the core competencies, right? So this is how the competencies are built into the path. This is how once you progress in the path, you will learn the competencies and finally become masters. Now I want you all to pay attention. Every path starts with 1, isn't it? Of course, this is a public speaking forum and communication is given the top priority. All the paths will focus mainly on public speaking skills. Did you also notice all the paths end with number 5? 5 is confidence, and confidence cannot be taught per se, but once you start doing these projects and speeches, you will learn to be more confident on stage, and being confident will be one of your core competencies when you finish the path. Shall we move on? Okay. Now, I'm a new member, Vijay. I want to be a DTM. What is a DTM?
Distinguished Toastmaster.
Yes, most of us want to be there, isn't it? Though I would not honestly put DTM as the #1 target for me when I joined as a new member. No, not at all. I want to learn, become a better speaker. That was my target. That has always been my target, and I'm still doing that. Becoming a DTM was just what happened organically in that process. So when a new member joins, how will a new member become a DTM? Any member should first complete 2 parts. It could be any 2 parts, They should complete 2 parts and do some leadership roles. What are the leadership roles, Vijay? You should be a club sponsor, which means you should have introduced a club to the district, right? Club sponsor. Or you should have done one Speechcraft. Speechcraft is a quick 8-week program where we teach the participants the nuances of public speaking. This is a curriculum that is given to us by Toastmasters International, and it's a paid program. Participants will typically pay about 5,000 INR or more to be one participant in that 8 weeks program, right? So it happens 2 days in a week, if I'm not wrong. And it's an eight week long program, Speechcraft. You should be a coordinator in the Speechcraft, not a trainer. You should be the coordinator for the Speechcraft. Or youth leadership program, same like Speechcraft, it's a 6 week program we run for the college students. Here it is an unpaid program. Okay, the participants won't pay for the youth leadership program. You should be a club mentor. Any new club that is chartered will need a mentor. You should serve as a mentor for 6 months, then get the mentor certificate. Only then it is a valid role complete for you. Or you can be a club coach. Clubs which have less number of members will be appointed a club coach by the district. Typically, Vinod Kumar, who is the club road director, will appoint the club coaches. So if you want to help us a club and help them with bringing in more members, you can approach Vinod Kumar, our club road director. He will help you to be appointed as a club coach. You should bring that club to better standards, to be a distinguished club. Only then you will gain a club coach credit. You should be a club officer for 12 months. If you are a 6 months club, you should do 2 ExCom roles, VPE and president, SAA and treasurer. Okay, 12 months period. Or if you are an annual club like us, just one period is over. July to June, VPE term will be considered, 1 club officer and 1 district officer. This is area directors, division directors, or the top 7. They will have the credit for being the district officer. Apart from this, in your second level, after your third project, you need to send an email to Toastmasters International. Only then, this DTM project will be given to you in your UI, I would rather say. It will be given to you to work on, and that's called a DTM project. What kind of DTM projects to choose, we will see in the intermediate and advanced levels of pathways. So once you finish the DTM project, you will be given the DTM credit, Distinguished Toastmaster, the highest individual recognition.
Vijay, I have a clarification.
Quickly.
The Speechcraft cost $50 and it is for the coordinator to charge whatever amount. Recently, I conducted a program and I did it on a cost recovery basis. So I collected $10 from each participant.
Oh, okay, super, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Vivekanandan, sir, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for that information, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so we will now move on to evaluations. What is new in Pathways, Vijay? In traditional, it was all qualitative. So they write in words. It was a very good speech. The speech was excellent. You met the project objectives. Everything was qualitative. Now, when it came to Pathways, we were able to quantify everything. We were given clear indications as to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can rate the speaker. Only when the speaker is exemplary, give them a 5 in vocal variety. Speaker is outstanding, give them a 5 in clarity. So you're not only qualitatively assessing the speaker, Pathways provides you a way to quantitatively give your comments for the speaker. Pathways Mentor Program is the most important beneficial program. I want you all to please take a look at this. Pathways Mentor Program, first, a member enrolls in Pathways Mentor Program in level 2. And the Pathways Mentor Program is divided into 3 segments. One is the preparatory segment where you prepare yourself to be a mentor. Can you all see this project called Prepare to Mentor here? I'm just moving my cursor. Prepare to Mentor. So it will prepare you mentally to be ready to mentor someone. It's got project curriculum and everything available. After you're ready, it will have Pathways Mentoring Program. The first one is to mentor a prodigy to give one speech, a very small mentorship involved there, right? The second program is the Advanced Mentoring, where you mentor a prodigy for about 6 months and more. Okay, so there is a small scale mentoring, just one speech, and then you slowly build them up to a 6 months mentoring and then continue the mentorship program. I have been truly benefited by a mentor in Toastmasters, and I owe all my credit in communication and leadership to my mentors. So if you are a mentor who's interested to mentor prodigies in your club, please take the Pathways Mentor Program seriously. This is highly beneficial. We will be running specific Pathways Mentor programs from TLI, and I wish you all participate and get benefited out of it. The hardest part of any project is getting started. So first, let's enter pathways. Log into toastmasters.org. That's the first thing you need to do. Have a proper email ID and a login. So log into toastmasters.org and select pathways that's there on the tab. Once you select pathways, it will ask you for a login. Give your username and password. You log in and you scroll down. There are these styles. And the first style I want you to concentrate is choose path. Now, how do I choose path? Now, like the earlier participant asked, each path is $20. Each path is $20. So I click on choose path and select language English only. And then I click on take assessment. Now there are two options here. To the left, you have view all path options. When you click this, all the 11 paths with a brief introduction to the path will appear. You can simply scroll all the paths and choose the path that best fits you or you think will best fit you. Or you can take an assessment like I have selected here. I would recommend you to take the assessment. It will ask you to select 3 topics. Just select 3 topics that will fit you. And then answer very simple questions like this. Which of the following topics is most related to your personal and professional goal? Is it public speaking or leadership or change management? Based on this, there are a series of questions, about 10 to 15 questions. Once you answer the questionnaire, the UI will pop up with 3 best matches for your questionnaire. Here it has given dynamic leadership, persuasive influence, and effective coaching. These are the 3 paths recommended by the UI to be, by the AI to be rather, right? So I would probably choose dynamic leadership. I can choose anything from this. I can choose persuasive influence also. So here it gives you a clear indication what this path is all about. So this is how you choose a path. For more details on how to choose a path, there are videos available. You can easily log on to Pathways Overview. Quickly, let's move on. Now we have selected a path. Okay, just enter, take the questionnaire, 3 paths will come. Choose one path that best appeals to you. Now we have to get into the curriculum, open the path. Again, log into the system. Once you have selected the path, refresh. After some time, log into the system. Now you will have something called go to Basecamp. Now, as the name suggests, Basecamp is the storage, the repository for everything. You can store your evaluation sheets, your scripts, your videos, tutorials, your curriculum, how to prepare, what to prepare. Everything is available in Basecamp. Basecamp is your central repository for pathways. So if you have to access the curriculum also, you need to go to Basecamp. Okay. Now let's click on Basecamp. Once you click on Basecamp, this is how the screen looks. Welcome to Basecamp with your name. And then you have Paths and Learning. This is the curriculum tile where when you click on this, whatever path you have chosen will be available to you. The next tile is called Speech Evaluation. For every prepared speech, there is an evaluation sheet. So all the related evaluation sheets will be available under Speech Evaluation. Tutorials and resources, as the name suggests, will have lots of videos, webinars, podcasts about this particular path or every other path available under tutorials and resources. I want you to move your attention to the right side of the screen where it says My Feedback. There are 2 things here. Evaluation, we also say it's feedback, but evaluation is prepared speech evaluation, and feedback is when you request feedback to your club members. So Pathways not only gives you the opportunity to take evaluations from your evaluator, it also widens the opportunity to take evaluations from your peers, from your fellow club members. So when you click on My Feedback, there'll be a small easy pop-up that will say, hi, could you please give me feedback for my speech today, the icebreaker speech and the date. And then you can choose one, there is a drop-down menu. You can choose all the club members or selective club members from your club, and the request will go to them and they will give you a digital feedback. So feedback from your members are also possible. Badges, we already saw digital badges. As and when you progress in the levels, digital badges will automatically appear in your profile, and your members can also give you some digital badges like exemplary, outstanding. All these badges are available. Once they are giving the feedback, they can also add a badge to you. Document is nothing but your storage. So all your documents, your evaluation forms, script, everything you can store in My Documents. If you have to go into your path, you have to click on Open Curriculum. Under Paths and Learning, click on Open Curriculum. So the paths chosen here are motivational strategy and presentation mastery. If you see here, anything that comes with a book, that is the curriculum. Okay, anything that comes with a book is the curriculum. So click on Open Curriculum and your path will be launched, and you can take a good look at your path. Now, this is the screen that I want you to focus now. I have just put two different parts here. One is team collaboration and the other one is presentation mastery. Team collaboration is a leadership part. Presentation mastery is a communication path. Now, for all those who ask questions, this is how the path will be. Level 1 mastering fundamentals. This is the older version. So you have different speeches now here. Learning your style. Look at this. Understanding your leadership style. Presentation mastery. Understanding your communication style, because this is a communication path. This is a leadership path. There are so many electives here. The mandate project here is successful collaboration. Mandate project here is persuasive speaking. Again, so many electives. Mandate project here is motivate others. From here, you need to choose one elective. From here, you need to choose only one elective. From these many options, you can choose only 2 electives for this level 3. I want you to focus on effective body language. See, in team collaboration, effective body language is an elective part. Can you all see that? It's here under electives. But in presentation mastery, effective body language is a mandate project. It's a mandate project here. See, it's not an elective. So if you've taken a presentation part, communication part, don't worry that you will miss out on leadership opportunities. Pathways is built in such a way that though you have taken communication part, there'll be opportunities for you to do leadership projects and vice versa. Park your questions. Please park your questions. Let's quickly move on. Launch your first project. We have chosen the path. We have a clear understanding about levels, mandates, and electives. Now let's launch the first project. Now I go to Icebreaker. I click on Launch. Once I click on Launch, this is how the screen will look. I click on Begin, and then it will open a series of how to prepare, what to prepare, how to focus, project checklist, and umpteen number of videos will be available for me to prepare. When I log in, this is one thing that I want you, when you launch the project, this is one thing that I want you to do. There is this pop-up menu that's available for everyone. You click on navigation, it will tell you how to navigate through the level or through the project. Introduction will tell you what this project is all about. This is Icebreaker. Introduce yourself to the club and all that. Your assignment, what is required from you? Prepare a speech for 4 to 6 minutes. Go to your club and deliver it. Let the speech introduce yourself to the club members. Assess your skills before. If you click this, you will have 5 questions rated from 1 to 5. Depending on the complexity level, you just need to rate how good are you in an icebreaker speech before giving the speech. Okay. You then look at the videos, what are your goals, you prepare, present. After your speech, you come here and do your assess your skills after. Most of the times before presenting or before knowing the project, I have rated it as a 2 or a 3. But after completing the project, I have always been able to rate it a 4 or a 5. That is the kind of preparatory material available to us through Pathways. This is very simple, and I want you to please go and explore yourself, because that's a different feeling altogether. And it makes no sense for me to just run through the slide now. Okay. Now to submit any award, Reopen. Let's say you completed icebreaker. Okay, you completed icebreaker. Remember, completing a speech, completing a project does not require approval. Completing a speech, completing a project does not require approval. Only level completions. Only when you finish the entire level, it will go for approval. Reopen the project, finish, assess your skills after, and then click on submit. See, this is the question that I was telling you about. I am comfortable gathering. This is after I did the project. Okay. So I will rate it a 4 or a 5. Then I click on next. And click on next, click on next. There are like 5 questions. And then after I click on submit button at the last screen, only then this particular speech or this particular project is completed. See, it will give you before what ratings you gave, after what ratings you gave, and it will give you your summary here. After you click on submit, this after you have completed all the projects in a particular level, see, I finished level 1, icebreaker speech, which is a speech. I need to finish second speech, third speech, then only I can finish the level. To complete the level, I should finish all the speeches in that particular level. I'm going to stop here definitely. Level 1 from the screen, can you all see, has got 3 speeches here. Only if I finish all the 3, I will be able to give the level completion for approval. Speeches does not have approvals. Only completing all the speeches in level 1 will go for level approval. So after you finished all the speeches in level 1, click on level completion and click on mark complete. Once you click on mark complete, there will be an automatic email triggered to the Basecamp managers. Who are the Basecamp managers? Okay, there are 3 people who will act as Basecamp managers: the VPE, the president, and the secretary. Which means these 3 people will be able to approve your levels in pathways. Approve levels in pathways, level completion only. Okay, approve levels in pathways. Basecamp managers are president, VPE, and the secretary. 3 of them will have access to Basecamp to approve your levels. Some of the tips and tricks I want you to quickly take a note. We are looking at 100% enrollment in pathways. So enroll in pathways, that's the first step to getting started. Like I told you, VPE, president, and secretary are the Basecamp managers. No project approvals, only level completion approvals. Whatever projects are there in one particular level, you should finish all the project. Only then you will be able to send the level for approval. Once the project is approved in Basecamp, this is for the VPE, president, and the secretary. Once you approve the project in Basecamp, it will not show in DCP points. The member will not get credit. You have to log into Club Central to upload the education award for that particular member. Attend pathway sessions organized by TLI. Yes, thankfully all of you are here. Very importantly, no more printed manuals are available. Printing has been stopped completely. No more printed manuals are available. Please choose English and online pathways material for you to progress in pathways. Every new path is $20. This we already saw. A member can simultaneously work in 2 paths. If a mandate project takes few weeks, please use that time to work in your elective projects during that time. Now we'll be sharing the slides so you can all take use of this pathways achievement chart. This can be published within the club. The member name, the mentor name, the path name, which levels they have finished. You all can use this chart. All the VPs can use the chart. So if I'm a member, what can I use, Vijay? Oh, you can use this. This is individual member record. We will share all this with you. This is individual member record. So icebreaker, what was my speech title? The fairy tale. When did I complete it? 31st of January 2023. Who was the officer present? Maybe the VPE's name I can write there. Or my evaluator's name, mostly I write evaluator's name there. So you can keep track of all your individual project needs. Quickly, I'm going to take you through the Basecamp manager roles and responsibilities, because some of you, I would rather say most of you are VPEs here. And I'm going to stop now without, quickly, Mohan, anything in the chat box that we need to address quickly?
No, I think I've been pretty much trying to answer pretty basic questions, Vijay. A couple of them, you can even, I don't know how many of them are reading. There were a question about can we, just the first path or second path is costly. Basically, the first path is complementary. And then another question, should we wait to buy another path? No, we don't have to wait to buy another path. You can do paths simultaneously. How to select topics, Vijay?
What topics, Mohan?
Durgesh is asking probably the project, speech project.
Yeah, the speech, yeah.
A particular speech. Oh, okay, very good question. There are people who have done level 5s in most of the parts. So as a district, we are trying to collate some data. Just give us a week more. So we will try and put in for this particular project, what was done earlier. What was my DTM project? What was Mohan's DTM project, like that? We will give you some sample titles, some sample topics that we did. Most of the questions that I get it for research and presentation, what topics can I do with you? I have seen people doing, which is the best technology for online platforms, something like that, very technical. And I've also seen someone doing, which is best coffee or tea, right? So Toastmasters International doesn't stop you from choosing what kind of content you want to present. So as long as you stick to the project objectives, I think any topic would fit. Mohan, I think we can collate such kind of data and make it available to all. Some sample project names or sample projects what we have done earlier. Will that be okay?
That's the plan. Yes, Vijay. And also I think, Vijay, we have to let them know. We also want you to be innovative. We don't want to you could do something what I and Vijay did not do. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Mohan, for answering questions. If you have questions, keep it coming in the chat box. Mohan is the first distinguished Toastmaster in Pathways program in our district. So who better to answer when Mohan is there? So I'm going to leave the chat box and Mohan with all you guys.
Question, Vijay, I did answer. Probably they can hear from you as well. You mentioned about DTM is a project with team. Should it be within my club or outside the club?
Okay, it can be outside your club. There is no restriction at all. It can be outside the club. I did my DTM project when I signed up with an NGO. Very recently, even Ashwati did a similar project. She signed up with an NGO. I did a year-long project helping the kids to be better in their academics. And Ashwati did a very similar project. She signed up with an NGO. So there is no restriction. It doesn't need to be even within Toastmasters. You can even do DTM projects in your corporate life. Did I answer you?
Vijay, one question with regard to DTM.
Yes, sir.
You have mentioned some requirements to achieve DTM. Completing 2 paths, serve as a speech craft coordinator, serve as a club mentor, something like that. I had seen some DTMs who have achieved second DTM.
Okay.
To achieve second DTM, they have to complete 2 more paths.
Yes, sir.
Do they have to do again a speech craft coordinator, again a club
mentor? Yes, sir.
All the roles have to be done twice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I would ideally say, if you are still going for the second DTM only, do all the roles again. Or if you can just do one DTM and do as many parts as you want. Don't go for the leadership roles. Don't try for a second. If you're trying for a second DTM, you have to do all the roles, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, quickly, let's go to Basecamp manager. Like we already discussed, Vice President Education, President and the Secretary are the Basecamp managers. They will verify and mark approved for all the level completions of the members. Now, if I am a Basecamp manager only, VPE, President or Secretary, then if I log into Basecamp, I will get these 2 screens. I mean, the screen will be split into 2. The first one is to log in as a member. It says here, okay? The second is to log in as a Basecamp manager. Click on login as a Basecamp manager. Here, there is a tile called pending request. So if I click on pending request, there is an option here to approve or decline a member's level completion. Shubhadeep is now a Basecamp manager, and I've sent my level 1 completion and presentation mastery. So Shubhadeep will verify my project completion dates, my evaluation sheets, and will then come here and click on the green tick here. Once he clicks on green tick, my level 1 is complete in presentation mastery. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. Yeah. Now completing Basecamp managers, mark the level completion as approved. Now the member can proceed to level 2, level 3, and so on. Now, if you are a VP or any officer, remember, approving a level in Basecamp alone will not give you the DCP point. Please log into Club Central and upload the education award under that particular name. So Shubhadeep will log into Club Central, choose Vijayalakshmi Soundarajan, level 1 presentation mastery, and upload in Club Central. Only then the award will be given to the DCP point. Only then I will be given.
Could you please show me that?
In the Club Central?
Yeah.
Very good question. I think we don't have a snapshot for Club Central. After this session, we have all your email IDs. I will make sure I take a snapshot from the Club Central, the process as to how to do this, and I will share it with all of you. Will that be okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll do that. Mohan, can you please take a note of that as well? Okay. Delivering a project outside your club. Now, people are giving speeches in the club. Can they give speeches outside the club like we did in traditional path? Yes. Pathways gives you the opportunity. How? In the home screen, log into education transcript. Now, in education transcript, you have something called here, scheduling a speech outside your club. This will be available to all the members, not just the Basecamp managers. Anyone can give your speech outside the club. The scheduling a speech outside your club is a notification to your VPE that you will be doing this particular project or this particular speech outside your club. Okay, so as marked here, click on scheduling a speech outside your club, and then add external training, the first option. Fill in all the details. Hi, I would like to give my speech at Dynamic Speakers Forum. And this is the project that I'm trying to level 2, project 1. This is the project. I'm giving it on this date. This person will be my evaluator. All that, you put a start and end date, and then you click on submit. It will go to your Basecamp manager, and they will know that you're doing a project outside your club. That's all. Toastmasters Pathways also gives you an opportunity to store your leadership roles. These roles are required as completion in certain levels. In certain levels, it is mentioned you have to do the TT master's role. You have to do the GE role. You have to do the evaluator role. It will be mentioned in your level itself, so don't worry. Okay. So once you come to that point, make sure you talk to your VPE and take these roles. Once you do those roles, make sure you come to your profile in Pathways, and then you will be able to add the dates on when you finished all those roles. Mohan finished G, grammarian, speech evaluator. So here it is. Under your profile itself, it will show on what dates you finished what rules. I definitely want your attention to this last slide, which is division-wise Pathways enrollment as on 18th July. Which means we are still not 100%, and I want you all to please go back to your clubs and make sure we all enroll in Pathways and get benefited. Enrolling in Pathways is the first step, isn't it? Which means a member has paid to give prepared speeches, but the member has not even started the curriculum. It's like going to school without the books. What will you learn, right? So make sure every member is enrolled in the Pathways program. we are looking at 100% enrollment. And you, as an attendee today in this pathway session, can you all please say a big yes that you will go back to your division and make sure your division is 100% pathways enrolled?
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes, I will.
Yes, thank you so much. I am truly depending on all of you to do this. Ask your members to first enroll. That's the first step. Let's all be 100% enrolled in pathways. Doing projects, understanding the levels, complexity, and all this later stage, right? So let's all first enroll. 100% enrollment in pathways is one activity we are looking from the district in terms of pathways. When you talk about basics, we need at least 1.5 hours for basics in pathways, because that's how pathways is designed to be able to give you all that you need for your learning experience. And that brings us to a wrap. I will now stop sharing and open the floor for questions. Thank you, Mohan, for handling the chat. We will now open the floor for questions. Timer, please indicate to me when the time is up.
May I know who will be approving the levels for VPE?
Very good question. That is why we have the president or the secretary. So if the VPE submits an award, there are two other people as base camp managers, no, the president and the secretary. So they will be able to approve the level for VPE. Very good question.
I have another question.
Yes.
Why all 5 core competencies are not covered in one path?
Very good. Every path is designed for achieving a particular core competency and not all, right? So if I say all the paths will cover all core competency, it is enough if I just do only one path. So a path is designed to give you one particular core competency. In traditional, when I did the DTM project in traditional, right, it took me about 7-8 years to complete DTM project in traditional path. So because I was lacking, I didn't have the discipline to give speeches on a regular basis. Nothing wrong with the traditional path. So in that 7 years, at the end of my DTM speech, thank you, Tano, end of my DTM speech, I was able to probably come up with only 5 or 10 core competencies. But in pathways, at the end of every level, I know what my competency is. Every level, every path completion, I know what my core competency is. Right? So about 300 and more competencies are built in pathways. And that was not available in traditional earlier, right? So now I'm able to easily pinpoint and say, this is the competency that I learned in this, right? So pathways is built in such a way that the complexity and the core competencies are inbuilt in each path. Did I answer you?
Hi, I have a couple of questions for you.
Yes, Naresh.
So once we completed the pathway, for all the projects we completed, then can we able to print the main path, whatever I completed so far? So can I take the print out? So
sorry, I didn't get the question. Once you complete all the path,
so I have chosen one path. Okay, so I completed all the, and I mark it as complete. Okay, mark complete. So everything is done. Now can I able to print out and can I take the copy?
Copy of what? The evaluation sheet or the project itself?
Project itself, total project.
Okay. Everything is available to download and print. Every project is available for you to download and print. So you can print as and when you're doing the projects itself, or you can complete the complete level or the path, wait and then take a complete printout. Yes, it's available.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. I think they can download the certificate after the successful completion of level.
You're asking for certificate, Naresh?
No, it's not for certificate. Just
You're asking the projects only, no? Yes. Projects are available at every level. Every speech you can download, you can print, it's available. Like someone rightly pointed out, at the end of each level, you can also download the certificate for that particular level. Thank you, Abdul. The timer is showing yellow, but I'm here to promise you, we will close the meeting as scheduled at 7:30. I will be here as long as you want to answer all your questions. And then finally wrap, it will be, I think, me, Abdullah, and Mohan. Yeah, thank you. Keep the questions coming.
Can I ask one more question?
Ajit, can I just give the opportunity to someone else and come back?
Sure.
Hello,
yeah.
Here. I would like to know, different ways in which high performance leadership projects can be completed. Can you please throw some light on that? Thank you.
Mohan, I'm going to pass this question to you, Mohan, quickly.
Sure. See, high performance leadership, we spoke a lot about traditional path, right? So it's not something in pathways. We also had something called high performance leadership in traditional as well before pathways. As the name calls, it's something where it lets you perform as a leader in a big way, right? Now TA approves even if you say that I perform better as a president and submit, but I'm personally not okay with it. Vijay will not be okay with it. But for me, my DTM project was a conference chair role where I had about 630 registrants and then had to manage 100 volunteers of team members. That was my DTM project. You can imagine how big that was, right? And Vijay did an DTM project in NGO. And then she's about Aswati Rajan. And then there are so many such projects. So think of somewhere where you can involve a lot more team members, something big. And as Vijay mentioned, you don't have to do it in your club level. It can be in your office project. And all these HPL and DTM has something called guidance committee. So you can have at least 3 people. It could be one Toastmaster if it's something in your office. Let's say there's a project in your office that you want to handle and you want to prove or do something, achieve, complete it. That could be a HPL project. People who are going to understand is going to be an office people, but you can have one Toastmaster to guide you also, or somewhere in an NGO or anything big. As mentioned, this is just a basic pathway session. We will have advanced levels where we will only discuss electives and 4 or 5 levels and DTM and HPL projects. But you understand, right? Think something big where you work with about 10 people. There is something called 360 evaluation that you give to people around, form a framework. Is there a budget involved? It's like HPL and DTM is like being a project manager, to put it simply, right? So I can talk on more about that, but I think that gives a gist of what it is.
Thank you, Mohan. Thank you, Harita, for the question. From the chat box, we have Vijay who asked if there is an app for this. Vijay, good news. The latest news from TMI tells us, going forward, they are still working on it. It is not yet launched. We will soon be having an app as well. We will soon be having an app for Pathways. It's under progress. It's not even a beta version is available. So we will know when it is being launched. 1. 2, they are also working on bridging the gap between Basecamp and Club Central. Now you have to approve in Basecamp, go to Club Central and upload the education award, right? So if you approve in Basecamp itself, it will automatically come to Club Central. So they are working on that. Once we get to know more details about it, we'll share it with the district. At present, no is the answer.
Just want to add, if the question was generally TMI app, yes, there is an app available. Pathways, no. Yeah, generally, yes. Where you can, in fact, I don't know if you guys have noticed in your Club Central or even in your portal, there's also option to input your timer, log, grammarian log, and R counter. Vijay and I did. We had to carry all these notebooks and stuff. Now they've made it digital, and you can still do all those in the Toastmasters mobile app. Pathways, nothing exclusive yet. It's coming soon. Yeah.
Any other question?
Vijay, this is Reni. First of all, amazing session, loud, all the insights, a lot of learnings. So I have a personal question for you. In your experience, what is the best way to motivate yourself to give speech if you have taken a break in a while?
I would first start going to the club, Reni. And I think that's exactly what I did. I first started going to the club regularly. I got in a discipline there. And when I saw people giving speeches, I was like, hey, I also want to do something like that. Not on the first week, not on the 4th week. It definitely took some time. But once I saw how much they have improved and what are the different speeches they are coming up with, honestly, I got a little bit intrigued. So I wanted to give in my speeches as well. So I think the first step here is to start regularly going to the club. The inspiration is already there. You just have to be present there to feel it and take it forward, Reni.
You.
This is Naveen.
Hi, Naveen. Yes.
Is this complete session is recording? If it's so, it will be helpful to share my email link so that it will be very useful to other Toastmasters also.
Definitely, yes. And approving levels in Basecamp, other Basecamp manager responsibilities, whatever we think will apply and will help you and the club in a basic level understanding for Pathways, we will be sharing with all the participants here. You can take it back to your club.
But I am asking about this session, particular
yes,
session.
Yes, the video is available. It will be given to you. Definitely.
Okay.
And
I'm working as VP.
We'll also upload that on YouTube. Not worry. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Vinay, we'll take your question now, please.
Yes, I'm working as VP, but however, I'm not getting the approval pending request. So what would be the possible reasons? Is there any?
If you're login as a Basecamp manager, you will be able to see 2 logins available there in your same name. Vinay Kumar, login as a member, Vinay Kumar, login as Basecamp manager. You have to click on that tile that says login as Basecamp manager. So once you click on that, you will be able to get into Basecamp manager to approve. Are you a dual member, Vinay?
No, only
no, okay, only one club, then no issue. If you are a dual club, then you have to choose the correct club where you are a VPE. Only then you will be able to do the VPE. I mean the Basecamp manager, right?
Similar.
Okay.
Yes, Mohan.
A similar question on chat bags. I'll give it to you. If someone is a member of 2 clubs and complete 1 level, which club his or her request will go? Also, can he complete 1 level at 1 club and the second level at another simultaneously? Vijay?
Yes. You can complete 1 level at 1 club and second level at another club. When you log in, if you are a dual member, it will show you which club you want to log in as. Whereas, because I'm a dual member, I'm using the same example, Meraki or Chennai Communicators. When I click in Meraki, I go to Icebreaker speech, I finish Icebreaker, I complete all the level 1 and I click on submit. Level 1 will be approved in Meraki, the club Meraki. Then I can go to Basecamp, log in as CCC, Chennai Communicators Club, do level 2, do all the projects in level 2, and then click on submit. The approval will go to CCC's VP. So the trick here is whichever club you are choosing while logging into Basecamp, that club will receive the approval request once you complete all the projects in that level. Did I answer you? Did I answer both the questions? Yes, you can do 1 level in 1 club and another level in another club. You can work in 1 path and be a dual member. You need not have 2 different paths and 2 different clubs. 1 path, 2 club. Yes.
What if I give Icebreaker in 1 club and the second project in 2nd club?
Yes, you can still do that, sir. But when you finish all the projects in that level, which club do you want to choose to send it to approval? That only matters. Right. You can simultaneously do 1 speech here, 1 speech there, it doesn't matter. But which club you are giving for approval while clicking on level completion request, which club you are choosing, that club VPE only will get the approval.
Okay, thank you.
You came on video, so I am hoping you have a question.
Yeah, I have a question on this completion of paths. I completed a path earlier. I completed level filing awards. So this time I'm trying to do all the electives as you recommended in each level. Once I complete a level, can I not go back? Say, for example, I moved from level 3, go to level 4. Can I go do level 3 speeches?
Absolutely. Yes, Anirudh. Very good question. That reminds me to tell you all as well. In level 3, out of some 10 to 13 electives options, you only need to do 2. But you don't need to do only 2. You can do all the 13 whenever you want. You will be doing level 4 mandate. You can still be doing level 3 elective, more than 3, more than 4. So the answer here is you can do all the electives if you want to, no matter if you are in the same level elective, same level mandate project. Did I answer you? Level 3 has got 10 electives, let's say. You did 2 required electives there. You moved on to level 4. Now you're doing level 4 mandate. You can still do elective projects from level 3. Yeah. So TI only asks you for 2 electives, 1 elective, but you're free to do all the electives. Yeah. Also, I wanted to give you this tip for everyone. There are electives like panel discussion, or there are mandate projects like panel discussion, right? So you don't have to wait for an opportunity to be present. If you know your club milestone meeting is coming next month and you are in level 3 and this is level 4 elective, you can talk to your VPE in advance and say, hey, for my next level 4, there is an elective called panel discussion. For the milestone meeting, can I be the moderator? Thank you, Taino. Can I be the moderator, right? So plan what is required in your path. Take a complete look at your path. Plan your projects correctly in advance. Talk to your VPE. you will be able to finish in style. So that's a red card there. I'm going to stop now for the sake of time, but I'll be available right after the meeting is adjourned to answer more questions. Thank you all for being wonderful, participative audience today. I had a very good time and I hope you all had some learning as well. Thank you for the opportunity, and back to Abdul Hadi, the MC for today.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Vijay Lakshmi, for a very wonderful and engaging session where we got so many questions, and I'm sure that it benefited all the new members who have joined today's meeting. Thank you very much. And I would like to thank our district director for in this initiative, and the program quality director for being the backbone of this specific session. Thank you very much. And thank you all the members and also distinguished Toastmaster Mohan, would you like to share some?
Showing, of course, we will be here for networking or more questions. Let's take a group photo with if everyone can come on video, right? That's all.
I recommend all of you to turn on your video for a quick snap.
I'll give a minute for everyone to come.
Please signal us before you take it, Mohan.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna snap it in 3, 2, 1, go. Let me see if there's a. We have 100 participants. Okay, I see more people coming on video now. Let me do it again. Smile, 3, 2, 1, and one more page. Super. Yeah. And as mentioned, you can feel free to be here for questions or networking. We'll be here for a few minutes. Yeah, and Abdul, over to you.
Thank you very much, Mohan. And now I officially adjourn today's session. As said by our education speaker, you can be on the call if you have any questions. We will answer all those questions, and we will be the last one to drop from the call. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hi, Vijay. This is Karthik. I have a question. Can I go ahead?
Please.
Karthik, so good to see you after a long time. Yes, Karthik, go ahead.
Great session. Thank you so much for taking time to conduct this session. You spoke about two things, right? One is the project and the speech. I understand project also, when you complete, you're supposed to give sort of a speech over that, right?
Exactly. That's what I was saying. So project means working with the team. The project means working with the team, but the speech means sharing that experience in your club. So you will do a project, then a speech. You're getting the difference, right? For example, research and presentation, you research something, that's the project that you do, but you come and present your research. But in the first level, for evaluation and feedback, you can give any speech. First time, you have to receive feedback, implement the feedback, and give the same speech again, right? Right? So there is no project involved. It is directly a speech. You're getting the difference, Karthik? Right? So sometimes it will directly just be a speech. For example, in electives, special occasion speeches, rose speech, toast speech, there is no project involved. You just have to prepare a speech, come and deliver. It is directly a speech. But in some electives, it says work in a team of 4 people for your milestone project. Then that means you have to work, which is a project. You have to come and deliver a speech based on the experience. So there is a project, there is a speech. Yeah.
And I have one more question. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Karthik, please park your question. We'll answer that and come back. Yes, Kanu.
Actually, there is assessment for selecting a pathway, right? So my question is on that. When we put the questions and then there is some pathway comes, and if I want to retry and re-attempt that assessment and check, what are the skills I want to carry? Is the right path I'm doing it. So can I do that more than once, or is it assuming there's only one time I can run through?
There is a questionnaire. You're answering that questionnaire based on the competencies that you want to build, and then it will suggest 3 parts for you. What was the question after that? Sorry.
No, when I answer all the questions, it suggests some pathways. Okay. And can I rerun that assessment once again to check
Very good. Yes, yes. Yes, you can rerun the question. If you give a different answer, maybe there'll be a different path. Now, Kannan, I would strongly recommend you to do this assessment once, because I always believe the first time you answer is the right time without thinking, right? First time. So it'll give you 3 parts, you choose one part, right? Or even after getting 3 parts, you can completely ditch that process, go and search for all the 11 parts. You pick the path that you think will aptly suit you. Yes, you can do that. But I would strongly recommend you to go with the selection process, right? Answer the question. Out of the first three, select one. Did I answer you?
Yes, thank you.
Karthik, what was the second question? Quickly.
Yeah, thank you, Vijay. Second question, you spoke about the panel discussion, right? Generally, we have this as part of level 5.
Correct.
So what I did as part of my previous path, I just took a topic, I called a few people to talk for, against, whatever, and I moderated that. So you also hit upon an interesting way, another way to complete that. You said you can plan to moderate the milestone meeting. So that is also accepted, is it?
Yes, yes. The key here is you cannot just be the moderator and leave. After you do the panel moderation, which is about 15 to 20 minutes by schedule, you will be evaluated. It is just another project. So there is an evaluator who will come and say how well you did as a moderator, what better you could have done. So this is typically a project, not just an activity, right? So for this, you need planning and all that, right? But this is just a direct activity that you will do. You will moderate the panel discussion. You will learn how to moderate the panel discussion through the project. You will moderate the panel discussion. After the panel discussion, there'll be a proper evaluation like a speech evaluation. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ajit, shoot your question.
Yeah. My question is like in one level, actually, I'm giving one speech in English and another in my vernacular language. Will it be allowed?
Are you a part of
bilingual
club?
Yes.
Mohan, can you throw some light on this? I think yes, because it's a bilingual club.
Yes, we can definitely do it. You know, even for contests, we say, right, it can go until, you know, clubs, and in fact there are districts where they even take regional languages divisions. For example, Singapore has 4 divisions just for Tamil, or Chinese, and 1 division for Tamil. So yes, you can do it. I mean, we'll leave it to you depending on whether all the members are okay with it and everything, right? You can always do that in a milestone meeting as a special project and all those. Yeah, but there's nothing like a hard and fast no. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Hi, Vijay. So I have one question.
Yes,
so
sir.
After last Saturday meeting we have completed. So now, do we need to upload all the details, like who taken the timer role, or account role, or grammarian role? This kind of information, do I need to upload in the portal?
No. The one that I showed is what roles you did.
Okay.
So some levels, there are mandate roles that needs to be completed, like TMOD, TT master. So we all are doing a lot of roles, right? So in levels, there are roles that you need to complete, just like speeches and projects. So if you do the TT master role, come back here and make sure the date is mentioned. Just make sure when you did the TT master role, when you did the TMOD.
Okay, it's for mine. It's not for a whole team, right? Okay.
No, it's yours. It's yours. When did you do?
No, Naresh.
Okay. Your level completion.
Naresh is VPE. He is asking whether he should do that.
Is that the question?
Yes.
Usually VP, thank you Nagarajan sir for the clarity. Usually Naresh, if you are the VPE, all the VPEs will usually track who did what role in which meeting. So in a simple Excel sheet, you can simply put meeting number, TMOD, Mohan, TTM, Abdul, speaker one, Mahangarajan, like that. Okay, you can simply maintain an Excel sheet. But the one you will enter in pathways is only your detail. When Naresh did TT master, when Naresh did TMOD role,
Okay.
you need not enter those details into pathways. If sometimes your member says, hey, I think I finished this role already, can you please tell me which meeting did I finish? Then you can go to this Excel sheet and find out when they finished the role and tell them. Did I answer you?
Yeah. I got your answer. So, and one more question is, suppose one of my team member or postmasters completed the level 1. Okay. In that scenario, do I need to upload the information in the club center?
Yes, you have to mandate. So once you approve the level in Basecamp, Naresh, log out, you log into Club Central. You know how to log into Club Central, right? Okay, your previous VPE will help you do this. The current president will tell you where is Club Central, okay? Log into Club Central and upload the same level for this particular person. Suppose, let's say Abdul finished level 1, okay? So log into Club Central and upload level 1 for Abdul Khan. Only then the credit will be given to the member and the club for the DCP point.
Okay. So whoever completing that level, so we need to upload all the information to get the credits.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. For all level completions, you have to log into the Club Central and upload the education amount. Yes.
Yes. I have last question. Sorry, I am asking more questions. So when I'm launching the survey, before survey and after survey, before attending the speech and after attending the speech, right? Sometimes in mobile, before survey, it's not launching properly. So some directions that options are coming. When I'm trying to hide that one, it's not hiding. That I'm skipping that before survey.
Correct. Because sometimes there is a glitch in the mobile. You have to only see it in the landscape mode, number 1. Number 2, again, with regards to the pop-up blocker and all, there is a trouble, right? So if possible, do it via other iPad or a desktop or other. I have done it via mobile. It worked for me. Maybe sometimes there is a glitch or maybe there was outage that time, I don't know. But there are 2 things to consider. One, it works only in the horizontal mode, only in the landscape mode, not in the portrait mode. 1. If there is a pop-up blocker, make sure you have taken it out and allowed the pop-up blocker.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time answering all these questions.
Mohan, next question is for you. Hey, no question. We ask some question to Mohan. Okay. Okay, so for people who are here, I'll ask you a question. When do you think we should have the next pathways session? Pathways intermediate. When should we have that?
Next month, once a month will be good.
Yes, you need 1 month to do all the practice, no? Yes, 1 month. Okay. PQD, sir, 1 month later, they want intermediate.
I'm not promising anything. We'll have to see how to accommodate things in the TLA calendar, but we'll definitely.
There are plans to do. There are plans to do intermediate and advanced levels definitely as a session, but when will be the question. So we will keep this in mind. There will be specific columns in the website, in District 120's website, where we will be giving you the opportunity to post a question related to pathways, and we will have experts answering those questions. So we will give you an opportunity to post any pathways related question there in the website. We will keep it up, alive and running in the website. We will also from our end post something in the website regarding pathways like did you know, or a sample video of some projects that are much in demand, something like that. Okay. With no further questions, Mohan, do you like to adjourn the meeting, please? I mean, close this discussion forum as well.
I think we did adjourn, but thank you so much. Once again, I think Gayatri also mentioned about it in the beginning. Not every districts have TLA. I've seen not just this year, last year also as a club growth director, the materials, the efforts that we put. Even now, I don't know if Venkat is here. I think he joined from District 98 or 92. Was messaging. This was so resourceful and informative and all those. Not a lot of districts take efforts and do that. So we are doing that. Only one reason: the members should gain as much of knowledge as possible from someone who has done. We are also learning. We're not like the pros here. We're also the questions that you're asking. If we don't know something, we're going to go to TA and then ask. And about pathways, Vijay did mention about the date, right? So May 3rd, 2018 was when it was launched. About 5 years now, little over 5 years, and a lot of things has changed. And it is going to keep changing because TA also is listening to whatever we are asking, saying, and complaining. So keep it all coming. Do not hesitate. The questions and the answers that you figure out. There, I know people who have recommended paths, new paths to TA, right? They learn from it. They evolve. Initially, there was assessment only, and then they came up with this option saying, okay, you don't. Sometimes if you feel, I would sometimes put it this way: you feel that AA is dumb. I want to choose something. I can still go ahead and choose the 11 paths, one from 11 paths. And then TA came up saying presentation mastery is recommended. And for people who know competent communicator, we still have people saying not everything is covered in pathways. Who knows, in a year, TA might come up and say that presentation mandate it will be the mandatory first path for all of us. But we keep evolving. But how does it happen? From all the questions that you are going to ask, and you just did ask a lot of questions. So keep those questions coming. So we also can learn. So as district leaders, we got a chance to talk to world headquarters, and we will put all these questions there. And the mobile app that is coming, and all these are due to the questions and complaints and answers that we took it to the world headquarters. So as I mentioned at the beginning, do not hesitate to ask any question or complaint. You could be the only one that is going to be a game changer. You never know that. It is our responsibility to take it there, take it to the higher ups there. So keep it coming. And with that, I am sure it was an amazing session with a lot of learnings, not just with basics. I think we covered a lot of stuff. And as Vijay mentioned, we are definitely doing an intermediate and advanced levels definitely within this year. Yes. And we'll see if we can do additional sessions also, but these three are mandatory. Yes. So with that, thank you so much. As I always say, let's do what we love and do a lot of it for District 120. And special thanks to our TLA chair, Abdul, for running this entire show, making sure things happen, and all the attendees and distinguished Toastmaster Vijay Lakshmi. Everyone is very happy and more knowledgeable today after the session with Pathways. We will be seeing the results of Pathways enrollment increasing in a few weeks. Yes. Do not forget what Vijay said. So with that, thank you so much. And yeah. Super. Have a great rest of your Sunday.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you all.